Okay, yo, boys, girls, and goblins. Yo, what is up, bro chachos? Okay, alright, so first off, I still don't have stream set up properly. I'll be honest, I wasn't at home the last few days, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Not important. Huge thing done. A huge thing has been overcome in my life. I spent the last 4.5 years grinding away in the mines of education. And finally, I'm free. I am no longer a slave to my own future. It is done. After 4.5 years, we've graduated. We are now no longer a student, but rather the master. Not a master, no, it's just a regular degree. Not a master's degree, but oh, we're done. It's crazy. Holy shoot. And so, with everything I've gone through, 4.5 years of school, like, I don't know how to express this. I started streaming basically a month before. A month before I went to school. And then here we are. It's done. We went through all of it. I graduated as a engineer. And we're finally how did we get here? It's kind of unfathomable to process. What are you going to do to celebrate? Oh, I went to an all-you-can-eat sushi place. I wish I could have eaten more, but I had to move some stuff out of my apartment, so unfortunate. But damn, oh, dude, it's weird. It's so weird. It's a foreign feeling, right? And so I thought, okay, you know what the best way to do this on stream? I want to talk about everything, like from the very beginning. I want to open up like my freaking transcript and just go through my years of college and like describe my nightmares, my great points. I think that's fun. And then we'll get to the end. Then we'll get to like the modern stuff at the fun. Ooh, because nobody knows really what happened to my graduation. So that's fun. I love just doing talking things. What's the lunch like there? A lot of fish. So it's an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet. So it's very very unfortunate because it's like $20, and then they're like, oh no, the tall people came. Oh no. Oh goodness gracious. It was great though. Tell me your college name so you don't have to go there. Oh no, all colleges are. You're gonna have the same experience. Actually, it's more or less. It's not the college's fault. It's the. It's engineering is a hard thing. If you take like business or stuff, I'm gonna be honest. You could probably party every night and like, I don't know, go kill a healthcare CEO and be fine. But oh my goodness gracious, $20 sounds like a great deal. $20 for infinite sushi. If you can eat like a lot, oh trust me, oh it's worth it. Like it's really funny. The first time I went there, my sister was like, she ordered like a giant plate, and the person's like, if you can't finish it, there's an extra fee. And she's like, oh, we're not. That's not a problem. That was the first plate. But again, not that important. Not that important. Let's go back to the very very beginning. The very beginning of time. Insert that little the little thing that like. So, 4 years ago, 2020. Let me actually go open up my college transcript so I can give you like a full little thing. I don't know if I should say it on screen. It's got my information on it, and I don't want to be doxxed. But let me open it so I can read it myself, and maybe I can find a way that I can. Let's see. Can I draw? Yeah, I'll just get rid of this part. We don't need this, as that's not important. Name, nah, we don't need my name. Alright, anything else suspicious on this? No. I think it's fine to share this, right? I think so. Oh no, there's my name. Oh, delete that. Goodbye, name. Goodbye. You guys don't need that. That's not important. Ooh, actually leave something there. I don't want to accidentally dox myself. That wouldn't be very fun. Look, I wake up to see a wild pack of hyenas at my house, and they'd be like, "Oh, Hacked, I thought you loved hyenas." No, I don't, believe it or not. Did you notice they nerfed Microsoft rewards? Oh, that sucks. That's the only reason I use Bing. I might have to switch off. Okay, I think I can share now. So, let's see. We can do a little window capture. And then we have that. And let's just simplify that down. Alright, so we can go through this. So let's go over to the ye old 2020, right? So let's actually zoom in first to this little transfer credit stuff at this little thing, right? Ooh, so let's talk about this. So, the beginning of every college adventure actually begins with high school, right? So, in high school, I was the top of the top. I mean, not to brag, like, I wasn't like the top of the top of the top, because that's kind of, I wasn't like, I was a nerd, but like, I wasn't a dumb nerd, if that makes sense. I played Mario, you know? I was a real one. Oh, goodness gracious, right? But I did a ton of AP classes. As you can see, I got 32 hours from AP classes before even entering high school. I was the top 3%, 4%. I was pretty high up there. I did a lot of grinding in high school, and like, you know, enough that above average, you know, decently above average. I could basically get into whatever college I wanted to. That wasn't, you know, like an Ivy League. Like, ew. Why would I want to go to an Ivy League? Ew. Oh, yeah. So I had 32 hours from AP credits. I had 3 hours from a dual credit class. So I grinded. I grinded in high school, right? I was pretty smart. I got a bunch of awards and all that stuff. So I ended up going to Texas A&M. I live in Texas. If that doesn't make sense, you know, the Texas, I go there, right? Shrimple as that. And so we started our first little year, and a little bit before the year started, I started streaming for the first time. Great time. Also, I should mention, COVID was happening around this time. That might be some important context for things we discuss later. I don't know when we'll get to that, but we'll get to that. Maybe. So now, the important part we're looking at right now is this first semester is actually this little top part. That's Mario. Don't grab Mario, please. This little top part where it says, so I took, for my first semester in college, I took Themes of Contemporary Art, Programming 1, Engineering Lab, that class sucked. Hullabaloo U, Functions, Trigonometry, Linear, I don't know what STM is. Quite frankly, I don't remember what that means. And then the state and local government, right? So this was my first semester of college. Themes of Contemporary Art, we needed a culture credit, right? It was either this or you took like, I don't know, women's history or something. I don't know. I'm sexist, so I took the contemporary art. Joking. But I took art history back in high school, and this is the sequel to art history. It's more focused on like the modern stuff. But the people in this class were not the brightest people. You can look into their souls, and you're like, damn. It was an interesting class. It was an interesting class because I'm very much a classical artist, right? I like the classics, what the people were doing back then. I also like modern art. If it's this thing's pretty cool. Also, Mario's pretty cool, but there was no Mario inside of the contemporary art. Oh my goodness gracious! But yeah, that was an interesting class. It was one of the easiest A's I've ever got in my life. Like basically, if you just tell the teacher what they want to hear, boom, A. I didn't have to read the textbook. There was a textbook. We were supposed to read it. I read it once, and like one of the pages in the book, like it was saying, communism is a preferable outcome to capitalism. Like, what the hell? This is an art book. No, it was like one of the opinions of one of the artists who was doing an art thing in the book. But like, it's like, what the hell? That is a weird thing to put in an art book. Like, you know, if it was economics, I'd be down for the debate, but like, that is a weird thing to say in an art book. What a strange thing. After that, I was like, you know, maybe there's nothing of value in this art book. So I just stopped reading it. I gotta be honest. The teacher asks you a question, you just be like, yeah, yep. And I was one of the top kids in the class because as long as you talk about it, as long as you engage, boom, easy. Like we had a final project for that. I ended up talking about a project was like, hold on, let me find it. I ended up covering this. Hold on. Let me share the screen. Oh, that's not the right screen. Hello there, thumbnail. This. Yeah, this art piece. It's utter garbage, by the way. I don't like this at all. But I covered that. Easy A on a project. Contemporary art is not my favorite form of art. I will say that. Oh goodness gracious. But it paid the bills. I need my culture credit. I can say I'm cultured. The teacher was like, at the end of the class, I hope that you guys all appreciate contemporary art more. Actually, no. Now that I'm educated about it, I actually think it's worse. Oh goodness gracious. Like throughout the whole thing, like basically I was just learning like, well, art's whatever you want it to be. Okay, well I think it's bad, so sorry. Like at least now I'm educated and can say it's bad, so it works out. It works out, man. Oh, like to each their own. Art's in the eye of the beholder, but not mine. And then after that, we took programming one. B that class was a little tricky. There were some harder assignments in that one, but that wasn't a hard class. It was all just intro to Python, right? Very interesting. That was my first experience programming. I probably wouldn't be able to do all the cool stuff I've done on YouTube if I didn't take that class. I mean, I would have done Pika Game and all that stuff. So that was a fun class. Engineering lab, that class sucked. Absolutely nothing in that class of interest. It was all just it was more programming, to be honest, and a bit of lab, which was just like some physics assignments. Nothing interesting. What was your favorite class? And this semester, I guess I'll say my favorite class in each semester once we get to the end. And after that, we have functions, trigonometry, and linear systems. Oh, I just skipped Hullabaloo U. That was basically just an intro class. That class was first year experience. It was, oh boy, here's what to expect for school. Here's all your resources. And then we had like to do like a single project for the class. That was easy. That's why it's an S grade. It doesn't have a letter grade like a normal. It's S for satisfactory. I did it. Ooh. All right, then functions, trigonometry, and linear systems. So this class needs a little bit of context onto it. So when I applied to school, I had to take a math placement exam, and basically it would be like, okay, do you start off in calculus or do you start off in pre-calculus? I took the exam. I needed one more point to start off in calculus. So I start off in functions, trigonometry, and linear systems, which is essentially pre-calculus. That's what it is. It doesn't say it is, but that's what that means. Right. That class, I mean, I got a B in it, so I don't want to say it was too easy, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't hell. It was just really annoying. And then the final class was state and local government. This was just Texas politics. We had an old man ramble to us every morning about NE Texas. You can't see it? It's a little small. I could make it bigger, but I don't know how much really I can help fix it. State and local government, which I also got a B in because, I mean, I don't freaking care about the state. I'll be real. I'll be real with you. So overall, I got a 3.312 for the GPA. Not bad, not bad. It's above a 3.0. That's all you really need, don't you? Ooh. Goodness gracious. State and local government sucked. Something interesting. I was mentioning COVID, right. So during this whole period, I was living inside of my dorm for my college. But this was such a waste of time. The only class here that had an in-person section was actually the trigonometry and linear systems class. They had a lab that was in person. Everything else here was all online. It was awful experience. I was like, oh, dude, I'm not feeling it. I want to leave this place. This place sucks. And I got a doctor to write a doctor note saying, oh, clearly you must be depressed. Zoom in further. Oh, goodness gracious, we're not going to have much left. Hold on, I got to go down to the bottom. Boop. There. Hold on, now I got to put it below. Okay, there we go. Just joined. We're doing a story time. We're going through all of college. I'm going through everything. Oh, goodness gracious. But overall, more or less a successful semester. All A's and B's and an S. but overall fine, right? And that was the first semester, all done in college. So after this, I left. This sucked. So the next semester, I went back home because why would I be there? So there we go. Now we go to spring 2021, and this is where things got a bit trickier. Oh my goodness gracious. Ooh. So now I'm doing this completely remote. I went back home for the semester. I did not want to deal with. I mean, dude, I was eating expired cereal and sleeping in a dorm. Like, that was an awful experience. So I went back home. I can get real food. I can get real sleep. Sure, I can do chores, but is that really that much of a problem? Enter semester 2. As you can see, there's some different symbols here. We got general chemistry for engineers. Somehow I got to be in that. That class was really hard. Frick chem. I never had to take a chem ever again after that. So like, it's a one and done. But oh man, chemistry was not fun. Then you can see chem lab. Chem lab was it was awful. Like, we would watch people like do a lab as a video. It's like this is not how this class is supposed to be. This is not. I had to watch them do the labs as a video. It was just awful experience. The next one is, I have no idea what SPT means, but the engineering profession, they basically were just teaching us, it's just general engineering. Just know that. They're like, engineering! They were like, so true! Oh my goodness gracious. After that is Intro to Program Design Concept. That was another programming class. I believe this is the C one, right? Yes, yeah. So basically, the Intro to Program Design Concept. This was basically everything we learned in the Python class the previous semester, but we put it all into C++, and then a lot more built on top of that, right? So that was a neat little class. I definitely learned a lot in that, even though, I got a B. The tests were pretty hard for that class, but we managed. And then that last one, you're like, what's a W stand for? It doesn't mean win, I'll tell you that. Math 151. That is actually Calculus 1. It says engineering math. The reason it says engineering math is because the engineering department was like, yo, math department, if you don't put programming inside of your math classes for the engineers, we're going to remove them from the math department. So engineering math, we had all of our normal calculus, and then for our labs, we had to go do freaking programming in them. We had to program in our little derivatives and integrals. It was awful experience. So you're like, okay, so where does the W come from? That means I was failing the class and IQ dropped it. I withdrew from the class. The class sucked. I was failing. I'm like, okay, that I need to do this again. Awful experience. Oh goodness gracious. So, I'd say my favorite class for this semester was probably, unironically, maybe the programming class, because nothing else was really. This was a bad semester. This was a pretty bad semester. I'm not gonna lie. Not the dropout. See, the thing is, we have the redemption arc. Because then we see summer 2021. And we have engineering math. And I got an A! Boom! Oh! Like, what a genius! See, they called me an idiot. They called me mentally ill. But no, we came back and we got an A when we took the class over the summer. Easy. See? Maybe W stands for something. Yes. So we turned it around. That was great. We had a 4.0 that semester. Insane. Honestly, this A helped me so much. A plus doesn't exist. There's no such thing as an A plus. So for those of you unaware, in college, the way the GPA works, if you get an A, that's a 4.0. If you get a B, that's a 3.0. You get a C, that's a 2.0. You get a D, that's a 1.0. And you get an F, that's a 0.0. Nothing else matters. Okay. Wow. My screen just died on me. That's great. Like, okay. So I was just sitting here, right? My screen just flashes black. It turns black, it turns back on, and it's like, kill yourself. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah, so, that was a little weird experience. My thing died. Well, Great. My thing died. We're so back, kinda. My screen just flashed black for like 10 seconds. Oh, I don't have access to my transcript right now. That's how I was doing. Did they take it down? Do I not have it? Did they remove my access to my transcript? Well, now I gotta cross out my name again. Great. That's fine. Give me a second. Un momento. Then we'll go back to our regularly scheduled program. All right. Well, that was weird. Well, I mean, we're continuing onwards. Give me the power. The power to do what? All right. We're doing story time. We're doing story time, guys. All right. Well, we did calculus, right? Did we do the semester after that? I don't know. Give me un momento. Yeah. So there is another semester after that. Okay. Ooh, okay. This is where things get a little interesting. I mean, not to say it wasn't interesting beforehand. There we go. So, this next semester, fall 2021. Finally, a full year has passed. This is my second year, the beginning of my sophomore year. So, we see discrete structures computing. This was an interesting class. It's technically a programming class, but it was more of a data structures and math and logic. It was a strange class. Quite frankly, the class was basically like, hey, if you have this for loop, how efficient is it? Then it's like, here's some geometry. It's like, what the hell? Strange class. It counted as a math credit, actually. It counted as a math credit, believe it or not. Yeah, very strange. I somehow got a B in it. That was a pretty hard class. Heck, yo, it's a Venom. Then next we can see Engineering Math 2. That's Calculus 2. That class absolutely sucked. Oh, gosh. Dude. So when I was taking Calculus 2, in the beginning of it, for the first 2 weeks, we had this old, like, Spanish guy, right? He was really old. Like, ancient. What is Q? Oh, I'll get to that. He was ancient as hell. And then one day he just walks up. He puts his hand over his chest, and he's basically dying. The hospital comes, drags him out of the room, and it's like, what the frick? Like, oh my, he basically died on us. I don't know if he had a heart attack or like a stroke or something, but like, they pulled him out of there. No offense, I couldn't understand him at all. So, I mean, it works. It worked out. We got a new professor who was better at teaching, but goodness gracious. Oh, he was so old. Bless his heart. Oh, he had to be dragged out. They put him on a stretcher and everything. Very, very strange class. What happened to the Twitch stream? There was no Twitch stream. We're on YouTube today. But, even though the new professor was pretty good at teaching, it was still Calculus 2. And quite frankly, I am bad at math. You might be like, why were you an engineer if you're bad at math? Because I couldn't calculate the consequences, obviously. Oh, goodness gracious. And so the Q is actually, just like the W was a withdrawal, Q means Q drop. So, it just means I dropped it, so I could take it again. No way. Then right there we can see Newtonian mechanics, engineering, and science. That class sucked. That's physics. That was physics. Heck, what's 2 plus 2? Q. Q drop just means, it means you drop the class with no consequence. The W is actually a Q drop, but without any consequence. So the thing about Q drops is that you have a limited number of them, right? W you can do infinitely, and the reason they allowed us to use a W for this is that during COVID they were like, okay, these kids are having a hard time, we'll allow them to drop it. Q drop means I dropped it, and it was one of my limited drops I could use, so I was eating out of my stash. What was the cost of the final? That was 40%. Oh, that's the end. We're going through every year. We're on fall 2021 right now. But yeah, that was physics one. Physics one sucked. We got a C there. Ooh man, I was I was struggling, man. As you can see, this semester we had no A's. I only finished 3 of my classes. Oh goodness gracious, physics sucked. Physics sucked. But that's not even the bad physics. That was physics one. Like it was pretty bad. But things got worse. Let's see. Ooh, now we go to spring 2021. Let's see. How do we? I gotta stretch this thing again. Beep boop. How do we go about this? OBS, work with me. There we go. There we go. That works out. So boom. This is spring 2021. Boom. So we see the ye ol' Q drop yet again. Data structures and algorithms. So this was my 3rd computer science class. Actually, no, 4th? 3rd. 4th. This was the 4th one. The 4th computer science class. So, you know how we had Python the 1st semester. We had C++ the 2nd semester. The 3rd semester, we had discrete structures, which was basically a math class in disguise. Again, it counted for a math credit. This was C++ again. There was an issue. They didn't teach us a lot of the stuff. These people in this class, they were AAA nerds, like big dogs. I walked in, the guy at my class was like, "What programming what programming language is better, Ruby or Rust?" I'm like, "What the hell? What? Speak English, bro. What are you saying?" This was not made for me. Like, holy hell. I don't know what was going on in this class. The homework took about like 12 hours to do. I tried getting help with the TAs. Everybody else was there getting help too. It was a nightmare. I had to wait so long to get help. I couldn't do this. And also keep in mind, ChatGPT was stupid back then. He didn't know either. Oh, goodness gracious. So I took the first test. I was like, Jesus Christ. I did not know how to do that. The test was all handwritten. We had to write code on the paper without any lookup guides or anything. It was, oh man. And so I basically was like, okay, I'm done. I sent in my Q drop. And the funniest thing is the teacher, after I Q dropped, she was like, I think we had a second test. And the teacher basically emails me and she's like, "Hunter, I see that you missed the test. Can you tell me why?" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, teacher. I dropped out of your class." And she's like, "Oh, that's such a shame. I'll see you next semester." No, you aren't. No, you aren't. This is what I decided. Boom. I'm done. I'm free. The shackles have been unleashed. Hunter, I mean, I've said my name before. The shackles have been unleashed. I am not doing computer science anymore. I'm not smart enough for that. Well, not smart enough. I didn't study that stuff ahead of time. So, yay, congratulations. Forgot Hack had a real name. Yeah, believe it or not, they don't call me Hack IRL. And then these little classes a little bit below. These are some new ones. These have a new little abbreviation in front of them. You see, we had CE, we had math, we had engineering beforehand. We have a new thing. We have this little ESET. That's my major. ESET, Electrical Systems Engineering Technology. So the way my school works is you get accepted into the school, right? And they put you in general engineering. So 50% of the people that apply, they get in. The top like 5 or 10% of people who apply, they get in engineering. And then after basically a year of regular engineering, then they, 2 years? After a year and a half or so, they basically, then they put you into your major. So everything beforehand, I was majorless. I was just an engineer. Now, I'm an electrical systems engineering technology major, right? And so this is when I actually get into my major specific courses. So this first one, circuit analysis. Oh man, guess what we did in that one? It rhymes with Burkitt Banalysis. I basically did the Mario and Luigi brothership in that class. For those of you that don't know, Mario and Luigi brothership has a lot of circuit jokes in it. But yeah, that was the ohms, amps, Thevenin's law, whatever the frick his name is. I don't know. I don't need to know his name anymore. Luigi logic. Yes, I needed a lot of Luigi logic. Crazy class. I don't know how I got a B in that. I was actually one of the smartest kids in that class. Kind of cringe. Like one of the tests I got a 100 on, and I still have a B in the class. Like I don't know. That seems like an issue. Man, that class make you want to go maybe. The class itself wasn't too bad. The teacher was interesting. He told us about shrimp. Later, in another class I had him, he told us about whales. Man, kind of crazy. What a teacher. Believe it or not, it has nothing to do with the ocean. It's all related to electrical, believe it or not. The next class, digital electronics. That was like digital logic gates and everything, you know? So, like, and or, and nor, and zor, all those. I'm sure you guys have heard of that at least, right? Right? I'm not that weird, right? Yeah, I'll just pretend you guys did. How do I put it? So basically, every single device you use, it's made up of a bunch of like little transistors that basically we have digital systems inside of it that kind of decide how your device works. Basically, back in the day though, all of those little circuits, instead of being like something you could send a signal through, they were basically all handmade. Like they were all built in. And so digital electronics is like the bridge between like the hardware and that little software side. So while on like raw software, you might have programming. And while on raw hardware, you basically have to build in all your gates yourself. Digital electronics is basically like, you know, you're doing the gates, but like the software side of it, right? I know that doesn't make sense. It doesn't have to. But you get what I mean. You probably, right? Sure. And then embedded systems development in C. Basically, that in that class we had a microcontroller and we programmed it in C. That makes sense, right? It was an embedded system, a microcontroller, which isn't the same as a microchip. Microcontroller is kind of like a microchip, but it's kind of a jump between microchip and a computer. You'd be like, how does that make sense? Like, especially a microchip that can do a lot more. It's got like a built-in clock and a bunch of other stuff, and you could basically run it as a like solo computer, kinda. That's not really the right way to put it, but it's in between. It's in between a computer and a microchip. It's more than a microchip, less than a computer, and you can run C on it. Shrimp was done. All right, that's that semester. All B's, good enough. B stands for above average. Yep, that's true. I'm a college graduate. I know what I'm talking about. All right, fall 2022. Here we go. Oh my goodness gracious, this is a crazy semester. Holy cow, that's a lot of classes. That's a lot of B's as well. Goodness gracious. Ooh. Okay. So first off, first class, Beeson. I like that. Oh. So the first class, power systems and circuit application. That was more circuit stuff. That class, honestly, the professor was kind of chill. So this professor basically was a former engineer, right? And so whenever we had our labs, he'd be like, "Guys, you guys don't need to do the lab reports; those are pointless." And they were like, "Holy cow, he's so right! What a smart man!" See, what most of you don't know is that most professors don't have real world experience. They're researchers, and researchers are trained by other researchers to be researchers. And so they do a lot of stuff that may be pointless in the real world. The former engineers are chill as balls. They'd be like, "Okay, I'll be real. You don't need to know this. You'll never use it in the real world." And we're like, "Oh my god, so true. Lab report, that's a waste of time. So true." It was great. Oh, it was fantastic. What a Chad. I had him for my capstone class recently. Oh my goodness. He was basically like, "Final presentation? You guys have been presenting all year. Why would I make you do that?" It's like, Oh my goodness, so true. Great guy. Tricky class, but he allowed us to use like our phones on the test and everything because he was like, "You have your phone in the real world." So true. Great stuff. Then we have local metro area network. That was that sounds like a crazy name. I don't even know how to explain it. So, first off, I need to explain what my major is. I just kind of jumped and assumed y'all understood what electrical systems mean. So, electrical systems, basically any two devices that connect to each other is a electrical system. So, in the past, like past classes, we had circuits, we had microcontrollers, we had digital logic, and we had well, that was past semester. But this one we added in something else. Local metro area network. We have actual computers connecting over the Wi-Fi. That's a system, you know? We got the big system, we get the small system. Makes sense, right? So that's what that class was. A lot of networking stuff. Have you used Wireshark before? Some people know what that is. I don't know if everybody does. It's the kind of stuff that you would learn to be able to understand what that means. Next, you get the smallest system. Actually, the smallest system is a transistor. That's I don't know if we covered transistors this year. No, we didn't cover it this year. But transistors basically as small as you can get. Actually, the baby, the little tiny, the things that we have billions of on a microchip now. Now, I know people saw it earlier. They saw Sigma. They're like, oh my goodness, Hacks took the Sigma class. Whoa, that's crazy. So Six Sigma and applied statistics. So, this was just a statistics class. This was just stats. For those of you that aren't aware, Sigma, specifically Six Sigma, means that in 1 million products that are created by a factory, and 1 million products, they're allowed to have 6 failures, right? It is the goal. So, if since we're talking about Sigma, let's say we're Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast, we will make 1 million lunchlies, right? And our 1 million lunchlies, only 6 are allowed to be defective. So we will only have 6 moldy lunchlies. Those are our Sigmas, right? And that is the goal. If you have more than 6 Sigmas, you are a failure. You are not the Rizzler who gets the Gyat. Oh, goodness gracious. Well, they're like 1 billion. If there's a billion, that means you're allowed to have like a 6,000 Sigmas. I don't know, man. I'm not in college anymore. But yeah, that's what Six Sigma is. So, and every 1 million products, you can have 6 failures. Like, obviously, it's you can't have 0 failures. That's not possible. So it's like, okay, what is a realistic number of failures to have if you fully optimize everything? And it's 6. And after that, we have microcontroller architecture. That class sucked ass. I'm not gonna even lie. That was I think this is the one with assembly. Jesus Christ. Oh, it sucks. It's 6 out of 1 million, not 6 out of 100. 6 out of 100 would be crazy. Imagine if 6 out of 100 products was defective. Oh, that'd be bad. But 6 out of 1 million, so that's kind of fair. If 1 million products are sold, 6 being defective, that works out, right? Like, not everything's gonna be good. Ooh, microcontroller architecture. Oh, that was assembly though. For those of you that aren't aware, assembly is so there's programming languages like C and C++. Those are high-up languages. Those are advanced languages. Those are readable to the human eye. Assembly is the language that's like basically a step up from machine code. It's not binary, but it's not bad. Assembly is not bad. Disagree. Agree to disagree. Actually, no. Disagree to disagree. It was something. It was something, alright. I created a Mario Party minigame in assembly. That was the final project for that class, by the way, anyways. That was truly an experience. Oh, goodness gracious. Also, in this class as well. Another class where we had to write out lines of code. All on paper. Without a reference. For the test. That was so bad. They made you do way more assembly than they had CS majors. Well, I mean, I only did a class of it. I only used it in one other class after this, so I only had to do it twice. So nothing crazy. Yeah, we had to write code with no reference on the test. That was fun. Sounds painful. If you were a teacher and you're doing a test, please, please don't do coding on paper. Do it on a computer. Allow them to use the internet. Dude, you will never be on a computer that doesn't have the internet. Why would you be coding without the internet? Quite a few CS make you code on paper. I don't know why. It's pointless. You will never be coding without the internet. You will always have your resources. Awful, awful, awful. I'm surprised I got a B. I'm gonna be honest. I guess I was decent. Anyways, last class, electrical and magnetism, engineering and science. Oh, God. So this was physics too. This class was actually awful. One of the worst classes I almost took. I nearly failed this class. Oh, goodness gracious. So physics 2, it was mostly focused on electricity and magnetism. We got a lot of the electrical field, the magnetic field. We got a bunch of garbage. I'll be honest, the only reason I passed this class is basically the final third of this class. You know what they did? They did circuit theory. I'm like, oh my god. Dude, that's literally what I'm learning in my other classes. It was crazy. Oh my goodness gracious. So I demolished basically the third part of that class, but my grades were so bad beforehand. I had a 60 for like a good point in that class. Oh my goodness gracious. I remember the final test. I walked in. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, all right, guys, I'll tell you what your tests are. I walk up. He tells me like 40 something. I'm like, no, I failed. No, I have to retake this class again. A fate worse than death. And I go up. I'm like crying there. And the professor's like, oopsies. That's actually the grade you made on your third test. Here, I'll tell you your new grade. And then, like, obviously it was good enough that I passed. But, like, Jesus Christ. I got a heart attack. This class was... That was awful. Horrendous experience. I wish Physics 2 on my worst enemy. Bored. I hope you take Physics 2 one day. Anyways, like, even during this class, the professor basically said, yeah, this is one of the most dropped classes in all the country. It is... Ooh, it is truly a harmful experience. It destroying the soul. Everything's sweet and freedom and lovely. The founding fathers did not fight for physics too. I will tell you that. Awful experience. A horrendous class. Would not recommend. All right. Then we have our next class. Oh boy. Oh goodness. So, spring 2023, we got engineering physics lab. So, I was actually supposed to take a lab with the previous class. I didn't. So I took the lab by itself, which is somehow possible. That's kind of crazy, but I made it work. I got an A in that. This class was crazy. So there was a class and a lab for this lab, right? I know. It sounds really weird. And basically, the professor for this class did not show up ever. I think we had class maybe like 3 times. Like every week we get an email and be like, "Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I'm out of town. Oh, I have to attend a funeral." We went 3 times this class. It was crazy. This guy never freaking showed up. Like, some of the students have bad attendance. This teacher is probably wherever the hell they were every day. Oh goodness gracious! Like he was like, "We're gonna have in-class quizzes, and I'm gonna teach you about all of this." He didn't. He barely got through the syllabus. Really funny. So yeah, I got an A because I mean, you know, I did the lab portion. Oh wait, I didn't even get to the part about that. This class had a final. The final was funny. The final was funny as hell. Super easy because he never taught us anything. So I go and take the final, and it's like, oh my goodness, it's like, which one of these guys is made this law of physics? And it's like Megatron, Mickey Mouse, Sir Gronkalius the Third. I'm like, well, obviously it's Sir Gronkalius the Third. Yo, what's up, Royal Pair? Oh goodness gracious. Really easiest final exam I've ever taken. What's really funny as well is that if you went through the test too fast and you didn't write anything down on the test, which was very possible, the test was easy as balls. Like a naked baby could solve it and get it right. Oh, a naked baby could do it. Yeah, he'd be like, "Were you cheating on the test? That should have taken longer." It's like, dude, no, no, that was just too easy. Sir Gronkolius the third. I know, right? He was the founder of the law of physics, of course. Easy class, great class, easy A, in and out mission. Ooh, then after that we have another easy class, engineering leadership. This was just a lot of watching videos and writing papers. Truly a class of all time. Honestly, the hardest part of this class was one of the assignments is that we had to go ask like we had to go interview like 5 people. I don't know 5 people. I don't know 5 people. Oh, that was challenging. Oh man, my mom, my dad, my sister. Oh no, oh no! I ran out of 5 people. Yo, member, let's go. Goodness gracious. Oh, easy A though, easy A. Somehow that was worth 3 hours of credit. I don't know how that was worth. YouTube grind starts soon. I don't know how that was worth 3 hours of credit. We met once a week. We had a lab for that class, and like one of the things we did in the lab, we did like a simulation where we had to climb Mount Everest. By the way, I made it up to the top of Mount Everest both times, but one time half of our crew died. So teamwork. You know, you can't have the crew die if you didn't make it up Mount Everest partially. And after that, we have analog electronics. How many of you guys know the difference between an analog system and a digital system? Jeez, holy shoot, yo, we take that. Thank you, Pear. Yo, 100. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's the graduation money though. We hit it big. This is the big day. Oh goodness gracious, W. Thank you though. So basically, digital means it is a 0 and 1. Like most people be like, oh, analog is like the analog clock, and digital is the digital clock. Digital 0, 1, and analog is anywhere in between. Exactly. What do you miss? I'm just going over my entire college career. So right now we're in spring 2023. So you missed a bit, but we got a bit more to go. So how do I put it? Analog, like a lot of filters. That's what I should say. Get to 20 membership. Yo, Perry's going off today. That's crazy. So, but basically, that class was just a lot of filters. Like, I honestly forgot what the name of the filters are. But filters that filter out the high signal, filters that filter out the low signal, filters that bandpass filter. That one filters out the high and low signals. Goodness, I completely forgot the names for these. Oh goodness gracious. Oh, so that wasn't a fun class. That was a C. That class was hard as hell. Oh, that it wasn't just filters. Oh my goodness gracious, they had the op amps in there. I would not expect anyone to know what the freaking op amp is. It's an operational amplifier. Let's hope none of you know what the hell it is, because it was an awful thing. I never want to see an op amp ever again. Unless it's added as an enemy into Mario and Luigi. Yo, he gifted 20 more? Yo, that's crazy. Button, I got one, imagine. Oh my goodness. Hard class though. Extremely hard class. I don't know how I passed this class. Very, very, very close. Woo! That is embedded systems and software. This was basically the sequel to the microcontroller architecture here, except instead of just doing assembly, we had assembly and C for this class. So a lot of work, but this one was a bit more manageable. I see that. I see a bit more manageable. I got a C in it, so I don't know. It's not supposed to go to active people. It's supposed to prioritize active people, but not necessarily. Woo. And then last but not least, we have advanced network system and security. This is just more of the internet connection stuff. A lot of just like IP math and everything. Not very fun. Hack doesn't actually stream, so we don't get seen as active people. Maybe actually that's that. Is it worth it to get a piece of paper? I don't know. I don't have a job yet, so I don't know if I can say it is worth it, If you can get anything else working, then maybe it's not. All right. As you can see, I got AA, CCC, so GPA tanked a little bit this stream. Update Fortnite so we can collab again. I need to find the wire to plug into my PlayStation. It's still in a box. I had the PS5 sitting out, but not the wire to plug into the wall. It's bad. I have to go find the freaking wire for it. You haven't been here months, you just got a Gmail, you got a membership? Congratulations! Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. Then we have a bit more down here. We have fault. Oh wait, do I need to scroll down? Yeah, I do. There we go. Alright, fall 2023. What has Nara been doing all this time? Sleeping, eating, normal things. Let's see. Product development. Oh, I forgot about this class. Oh my god, I completely forgot I had this class. Holy shoot. Yeah. So basically, we had a product development class. So there was some math in it, nothing super crazy. Some annoying stuff, but nothing that I particularly care about. But the most important thing about this class is that we basically had to create a product proposal, right? What is Nara's grades? Nara doesn't have traditional grades. Woo. Let's see. We basically had to create a product proposal for what was it? A neck heater, I think. I think it was a neck heater, right? No, a neck fan. That's it. Oh, yeah. The neck fan. So they gave us a neck fan. We had to break it apart. We had to, look at the inside. There's a single dot in your hat that's messing with me. Yep, there is. There's not really a good place I can put it. Oh, wait. Ooh. So basically we had to take apart a neck fan. We had to do research into the competitors of neck fans. We had to go find which ones are cheap and which ones are expensive. And then we had to basically create a system plan so we could mass produce neck fans and then sell them to the professor and make profit. Very interesting class. It was basically supposed to be like a practice for capstone, which is what I started the next semester. So pretty decent point to have that there. Let's see. Now that we have EMAG and high frequency systems, electromagnetism and high frequency systems. Oh boy. Ooh. Oh, Hack, did you hear that Neptunia Trilogy won't be coming to Switch? In America, it's already on Switch on Japan. Nintendo of America is being a weirdo. Very sad. I saw that, unfortunately. Alright, crazy. Yo, Melon. Wowie. I have nothing nice to say about electromagnetism and high frequency systems. I forgot I took that class. I'll be honest. I don't remember what the hell happened in that class. I erased it. Beep boop. Gone. Out of my memory. I don't know what happened there. Pear on all the accounts. Oh. Didn't Pear kill Melon? No, Melon came back. I have no idea what the hell happened in that class. Probably bad things. I gotta see in it, so clearly not good things. Oh, goodness gracious. Decided to print out high screen in chat. Imagine that. Yo, the Rumble Pack channel? Dude, I did not expect that. Wowie. The Rumble Pack. What's up, Rumblies? Goodness gracious. Royal Melon should be a moderator. You know what? Honestly, for the joke, let's mod Royal Melon. Royal Melon, add as moderator. It is done. Alright. Let's see, we had electric instrumentation. Okay. And even, wait, what the frig? I forgot! Paris access to my account! Holy shoot, what the frig? I forgot about it. I didn't know he could chat with my account. Wait, what the hell? I didn't know he could chat. What? Oh, it's because I have access. He's editor in my channel. I didn't know he could do that. What? That's so funny. Oh my god. What the Okay, that's actually not me. That is literally apparently something you can do. You can sell an editor. That's funny. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Okay, let's see. Then after that we had electrical instrumentation. I forgot what happened in that class as well. I'm gonna be honest. Boring as hell. Boring as hell. You gotta B. B stints are boring. Have you seen the Nintendo Switch 2 leaks? Yeah, apparently it's gonna have a C button. That's interesting. Ooh, I'll not use outside of your streams, I promise. Yeah, as long as you're chill with it, it's fine. Alright. And then the last class that semester was Principal Statistics. Super easy. The teacher was a mess. Oh, it was a mess. Like, the teacher did not know. Really. Dude, the first test we had, it was an online test, right? and we had basically unlimited attempts on it. So you know what my strategy was? I'm like, okay, you can basically brute force every question. You know, since we had $1 from Melon, no way. But the way you could brute force a test with unlimited attempts is you fill out one question. Is it right? Oh boy, it's right. Take the test again. Boom. Now you know. And you just keep on doing that for all the questions you're unsure about. Got a great score in that class because, dude, he just kept on goobering. Yo, another $1. No way. Wowie zowie. All right, we're getting near the end. We only have a little bit more. We're actually to our last year now. We can talk about graduation and all that stuff soon. So let's go up. We got electronics testing 1. What the frick was that class? Dude, I took this last year. Oh no! Oh, this was the worst class I've ever taken. Oh no. Dude, a Parents Archive also gave $1? Let's go! Okay, electronics testing 1. This was my chip testing class in code pair as well. Let's go. Pair dropping all the dollars today. But this class sucked ass. Basically, this class had a lab with about 20 hours of work every week. I had a lab partner. She stopped showing up after a point. She was genuinely awful. Wasted my time. She'd be like, "Yo, we should go meet up and do this lab outside of class." Me shows up. She's like, "Oh, 6 hours later. Oh, I can't show up. I've been waiting for you for 6 hours. What do you mean you can't show up?" Sorry. Absolutely. There's a special place in hell for people that waste my time. Holy cow. Eventually, the TA was like, "Okay, I see this waste of space. Horrible use of a seat in the class isn't helping you. You're going to divorce with this partner because they are bad at their job. They're not doing anything." Holy cow. So I got rid of her. Absolutely wasted my time. You know what the worst part? Getting rid of her. The work didn't change. I still had to do all the work because we weren't allowed to get a new partner. Goodness gracious. I hate that. Holy shoot. What a waste of my time. What a pathetic excuse for a human being. Oh my goodness, I hated that class. Oh my god. I don't know how I got to be in that class. I'm going to be honest. Got rid of her. I divorced her. We had a divorce. The TA. Also, funnily enough, the TA for this class was a lab partner I had the previous semester. So he was like, "Oh yeah, I know Hacked is chill. So I know it's the other guy's fault." I'm like, "Oh, thank goodness." Ooh. Man, what a stupid partner. What a stupid class. There is no reason. Keep in mind, the lab was 20 hours. We still had a class with homework and tests and stuff. Oh, when you get married, divorce is just what they use when you separate from your lab partner. Oh goodness, what an awful class. It was for microchip testing. You know what the funny thing about this class? I'm not a test engineer. The reason they stuck this class in their major is because apparently TI, Texas Instruments, the calculator company, that's right. They were basically like, "Oh my goodness gracious. Nobody wants to be a test engineer anymore." Yeah, I wonder why. And they're like, "Well, maybe if we try exposing kids to test engineering, then they'll want to become test engineers." No, we ain't. I ain't becoming a test engineer. Screw you, Texas Instruments. More like Arkansas Instruments. Goodness gracious. What an awful experience. Goodness gracious. Then after that, we have our capstone 1. Goodness gracious. So for those of you unaware, a lot of the technical, a lot of advanced stuff in college, you have what they call a capstone at the end of your little term. And capstone basically means that it's your big giant project. You know, your capstone might be a big research paper or something, but ultimately it's basically your little big end project, right? So for my major is very much a applied major, right? So a lot of engineering and a lot of science stuff is theoretical. Like electrical engineering, quite frankly, they don't know what a resistor is, right? I mean, they know what it is. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know how to use it. But they know what it does, right? We're different. We apply stuff. This entire time in college, we were building circuits, testing circuits, doing circuits. Among other things. You know. And so for our major, in order to prove that we actually know what we're doing, our capstone is not 1 semester, but 2 semesters. So this is part 1. This is the research and design. We had to go into looking up a lot of stuff. This basically ended up, we had a giant presentation, 40 minutes. We had another, at the very end of the semester, we had to write like a 60-page report. I'm not joking, by the way, it was like 60 pages. To be fair, our group had 4 people. Nonetheless, still very long, still very big, much report. After that, we had wireless transmission systems. That wasn't a bad class. Let's see. That class was basically like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, radio waves. And then a lot of complicated stuff that wouldn't really make sense. Math. Oh boy, math. You guys like math in your engineering classes? Of course you do. It's all math. It's all math. 99% of the stuff I do is math. It's all math. Like, and the, where is it? Where is it? Not that class. And advanced network systems and security, there was long division in that class. Like, why the hell is there a long division in a network class? Oh man, did you know that in order to make sure that your bits you send over are correct, your computer does like long division in order to be like, yep, these bits seem right. Yep. Except we have to do it by hand because we're imbeciles. We're not machines. We're not an AI. We can't do it by. We can't calculate it instantly. No, we have to do it all by hand because we're goblins, little creatures. It just suffering. And last but not least, I had cybersecurity. Yep, cybersecurity. That was it. I don't really know what to say about that. They basically showed us how to send people viruses. Very, very fun. Like, much of that class was basically like, here's a virus. Here's how you can get it. Here's how you can send it to people. Not a lot of like how to stop it. I'm gonna be honest. It was more of like, yep. Here you go. Here's how to make a program that has a virus in it. Here's how to send it from literally any email. Well, literally, one of the things they taught us is that you can send an email from any email address. Anyone. It's like, what? Really? Yeah. You don't have to have it. You can send it from it. There's tools to do that. It's kind of crazy. They're showing us even how to do it as well. They're like, you could pretend to be your coworker, and if you know the name of the coworker and how they talk to them, it's even better. It's like, what the hell? What the hell? And then they're like, here's how you can then put a link, and you can make the link look legit, and then they'll click on it, and then they'll get a virus that steals their credit card information. And they showed us how to do that. It's like, really? I wonder how practical this is. I don't know. But they showed us how to do all that. And it's like, cool, I guess. 10 reasons not to use emails? Email's very unsafe. Now, if you're actually at a business, they usually scan all the emails. But yeah, apparently, you can send an email from an email address you don't have access to. Like, the from will be from an email address you don't have access to. You can put a link to a website that isn't actually a link to a website. And by simply clicking on it, it'll steal all their credit card information. Wow, that's pretty crazy. The computers are dangerous. Computers are very dangerous. Oh, goodness gracious, they're very dangerous. That's why you only use carrier pigeon, dude. All I have to do is take your pigeon, and then I get your credit card. Easy. All right. Then over the summer, summer 2024, I took public speaking. I got an A in that. Believe it or not, I stream on YouTube. Who gets a membership pair? I stream on YouTube. Public speaking was really easy. I watched a lot of the videos people posted for the public speaking. They were not very good. I'm going to be honest. But I spend hours a day rambling about God knows what. So, yeah, I got an A in that. Easy as hell. Goodness gracious. Yes. Heck, how do you level up in Discord? We don't level up in Discord. We don't do that. All right, then finally, we got to this last semester. That's right, baby. This is the end. Another Jump King stream? We already beat Jump King. Well, unless we do the other maps, which we'll get to maybe eventually. I just need a break. Jump King was an interesting experience. So, fall 2024, baby. This is what we just wrapped up. Is the end. So, first class, basic astronomy. Easy class. Easy as hell. Fantastic class. Ooh. Awesome TMC RDC's control systems. We'll get to control systems. It is certainly a class that exists. Basic astronomy, easiest class I've ever taken. So, you know how most classes are like, you get a 90, you get an A, you get an 80, you get a B, you get a 70, you get a C, right? This one, you got a 90, you got an A, right? But it wasn't 90 out of 100. It was 90 out of 130. Oh, now you see why it's easy, right? See, here's the deal. I had an 89.99 in this class if my final exam was set to 0. If my final exam was a 1, I had like a 90 something, right? So if I had to go drive an hour and a half to go get a 1 on the final exam in order to get an A in the class, my final score ended up being like a 109 or something. Like it's really easy. And I've said this before. The kids in this class were not bright. These stars are far brighter than these kids' future. They asked some pretty bad questions. Like there's this one kid who'd be like, how does this affect the Elon Musk Mars base? It's like we're talking about Andromeda. Like bro, what are you on? What are you on? Look, I love Elon. I love Elon. I can't even say that. Legit. Elongated muskrat. As far as the average man. But, dude, this is astronomy, not aerospace. Dude, you might be like, what's the difference? Astronomy's useless. Astronomy's useless. Goodness gracious. How do I put it? Astronomy is basically the porn of science. It's really cool. There's a lot to learn, but it's useless. Did you know humanity wouldn't change whatsoever if we didn't study astronomy? It's one of the few sciences that we don't get anything from. You know, we don't build cooler cars because we know what the stars are like. We don't build faster robots because of the stars. We don't go to space because of the stars. This is just a bunch of like smart people being like, huh? Do you think dark matter exists? I don't know. Maybe. Do you think black holes exist? I don't know. Maybe. That's the entire class. That's the entire class. Quite frankly, we don't know if any of it's true. We could be wrong. We could be completely wrong. We don't know how accurate any of it is, and none of it matters. It's the one science, well, maybe not the one science, but it's one of the few sciences where there's a lot to learn. It's cool in concept, but like, we don't really get anything from it, you know? It doesn't really affect us. The useful side of space isn't astronomy. It's like aerospace, where we're actually building the rockets and stuff. Believe it or not, you don't need to know what the composition of another galaxy is in order to build a rocket to the moon. Those aren't related at all. Do you think wormholes exist? I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. That's it. We unironically talked about things that's like, there's probably an infinite multiverse. Do we know? I don't know. Some people theorize it. And then, like, we were also like, you know, the universe is expanding. There's a chance it could collapse back into itself. There's a chance it may not. We don't know, right? Dark matter's like magic glue? Kinda, yeah. It basically kinda is. That's a pretty good explanation. Like, basically, for some reason, our galaxy is held together in one piece. Well, the way gravity works, it should be a bunch of little pieces all moving together, right? But for some reason, it's moving together as a rigid body, when it shouldn't be a rigid body. It should be a soft body, right? And so we're like, well, gravity doesn't do that. Must be dark matter. And so if our understanding of gravity is wrong, dark matter doesn't exist. Oh, goodness gracious. So, we don't know. We don't know. Basically, like a huge footnote at the end of like every dark matter chapter is like, by the way, if we're wrong about gravity, none of this exists, and we just wasted your time. It's like, great. Great. Anyways, astronomy was fun, super easy, kind of neat, but nothing useful. Kind of surprised we're at 30 people. Nah, we're being real. All right, next class was high impact experience. This wasn't a class. Essentially, in order to graduate, I had to do what they call a high impact experience. So, I meant I needed to go get a job. I had to go get an internship, which I did over the summer. And for this internship, I had to write a paper on it. A 1-page paper, by the way, nothing long. And that was the entire high impact experience class. I had one assignment I had to do. Did you watch Digital Circus? Not yet. I still have to watch it. So no spoilers. Then we have Capstone 2. That's where we actually finished our little capstone project. By the way, our project was great. They're going to go put it in the museum because it's so nice. It's lovely. It was really well wired together. And we had a lot of nice PCB boards for it. We did a smart walker, by the way, if I didn't mention that earlier. Basically, it took feedback from the user, and we stored that data, and then we could display it. And I was the person who worked on the GUI. Ooh, I can go show the little GUI I made. Oh, there's a smart walker above it by my partner. I'm sorry, I'm doxing L. David name. But, beep boop. Beep boop. Yeah, I made the UI. It worked. It worked. It worked. It worked. Yep. It did everything it needed to. That took a bit to make. Yep. That's what I did. Great. The GUI. Yes. Oh, so that was interesting. Yep. That's what I did. What's funny is believe it or not, I made the GUI for our project. I made it in Unity. Really funny. For those of you unaware, Unity is the game engine that a lot of indie games use, right? It's what I made Pika Game and the Nair Undertale battle in. That's right. If I didn't have my YouTube channel, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So isn't that funny? A little project thing I used for YouTube actually ended up helping me out in the actual world. Isn't that funny? Unity UI is crazy. It's really useful. You know, I didn't have to make the UI from scratch, so I only had to work on the programming and behind the scenes, rather than making buttons from scratch would be really annoying. Woo! Hunter's your first name? It is indeed. And then we got 2 more classes left. We got Building Energy Management Systems. Oh, man. Oh, that was a class. Basically, the whole point of, there's a corporation that charges successful entities. They took it back, thankfully. So basically, this was like, how do I put energy management systems? It's like, you're leaving your lights on for 80% of the day. Have you considered leaving it on for 75% of the day? That'll be $20,000. Give us your money. It's, how do I put it? See, it's really interesting. It's like trying to save energy inside of buildings and everything. But the way they do it, it's like, have you considered installing double pane to windows? Money. Give me your money. Ooh. Just you having Unity do it? There's other libraries? I didn't want to go learn something new. I was lazy. Simple as that. I looked into other options and I was like, I don't want to learn that. I already know something. I wanted to be efficient, not efficient. Yeah, building energy management system. So basically just saving money. Like if you would be like, well, is it saving the world? No, the whole point of it is to save money. If something is hurting nature, but it's cheaper, then it'll be recommended in energy management systems. Most of it seems like, the little, the greenhouse stuff. But if killing Earth saved money, then we're going to do it. Oh boy. That's the whole point. Managing systems, making buildings cheaper. Simple as that. Whatever it takes. Most of it's probably stuff that saves more money because quite simply, using less power does help the Earth, does save more money, but that's not the point of the class. The class is saving money. Nothing else. Nothing else is important. Oh, goodness gracious. Also, I got a B in that class. I got an 89.72. Kill me now. I should have gotten an A. 89.72. They gave me a B. I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Why? If I got one more point on anything, I would have gotten an A. That kills me, man. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about that, but whatever. And then to our final class. Oh, this is the class of all time. Control systems. What do I even say? I've talked about control systems before. I have talked about control systems before. What a class. Oh, goodness gracious. Is this the only thing it is? Oh, it's exactly what you think it is. This class, you might be like, oh, control systems. That doesn't sound that bad. It's a math class. It's a fucking math class. It's exactly what it doesn't sound like. Oh my goodness gracious. It was all math. It was all math. But not just all math. 26% of the class's grade came from exam 1. 39% of it came from exam 2. Yep. That's a lot of percent. That's a lot of percent coming from exam 1 and exam 2. Not much. We spent the entire semester doing other stuff. And none of that really mattered. The quizzes, the homework, the labs, the final project. All irrelevant. All irrelevant. See, in this class, I had an A in every assignment, except 3 assignments. I had an A in everything else. And when I say A, I mean like 100 or 95 or something. Like really good grades. The final exam for this was 39% of the grade. Meaning if you got a low enough score in the final exam, even if you got 100 on everything else, you failed. You failed. So I took the exam. I wasn't really able to study too much before the exam because I was up doing my capstone all the time before. My capstone was due the day before the exam. Like, the day before my capstone was due, we spent 11 hours working on the capstone at one of our capstone guys' house. It's pretty cool. He ordered pizza. It was pineapple pizza, which wasn't very good, but pizza nonetheless. It was fun. We grinded. We got it done. But woo! It was an experience. And so I took the test. I didn't get to study for it as much as I wish I could have studied for it, but I took it. And I knew that if I got a low enough score, I would have failed the class. I would have. And I waited. I waited and waited. The teacher did not put in the score until the last minute. I was stressed. I literally got a stress mark on my face because of how stressed I was. Because this one class was determining my future. Now, it's a bit of a spoiler because you guys can see that it says I got a C in it. That's a bit of a spoiler. But, see, I ended up finally one day getting the email saying what score I got on the test, right? And, well, I got a 45 on the test. That was a little bit too low, and I ended up getting a 65. 67.8? 67.2. I ended up getting a 67.2 in the class. And I started crying. I was literally crying. My mom was like, oh, it's not the end of the world. Just 6 more months. 6 more months I would have had to spend back on the grind. Back at school. We just canceled my apartment. Everything was ruined. My life was, 6 months behind. I had a job lined up. I had everything all lined up, man. 6 more months back on the grind I would have had to spend. And so when I saw at 67.2, I'm like, oh no, wait, I am not doing that again. I go and email that professor. I'm like, Mr. Professor, first off, I did well on basically every assignment beforehand. I have never failed an assignment in this class. Mr. Professor, I have never missed a day of attendance in this class. I have been there every day. I'm on that grind. I'm out there choking the goose with my hands God gave me. Grinding every day. Every day on the grind. And I'm like, okay, well, there's a 20% chance he respawns. So then that night, I'm chilling at home, and Pear's like, "Yo, you want to talk?" And I tell him about it, and he's like, "Can I see?" I go, "Pull up the email." The professor responded, and he was like, "Check your grade total." I checked it, and he changed it to a 70.0. It was quite simply one of the craziest things. I was crying the moment before, and now I had like a moment of like pure joy. Now, like a bit of a spoiler, because like obviously you guys can see the C, but that was crazy. That was amazing. I went from failing, and I would have had to take 6 more months of school just to take this one also garbage class. I don't want to touch this class again. This awful class again. I would have had to figure out a living situation because my apartment lease ended. I would have had to call my job people and be like, actually, I can't job, because of course not. And once that class was locked in, I could graduate. That was the last shackle. And let's get down to the little bottom. Beep, 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 boop. I got a 3.016 GPA. That's good enough. That's a 3.0. Which means, like, on average, I was a B student. A bit above B, but nonetheless, a B student. Make sure to rate the class and rate my professor. The professor was fine. It was just the grading skill of the class that was the issue. Oh, goodness gracious. He was decent at the class. He taught. He was an Asian man, and he grinded that education. He was teaching a lot. Unfortunately, he only taught, and there was a lot of teaching. There was a lot of content being covered in this small little class. Goodness gracious. But we made it. We made a 3.0 in college. We graduated, and it's over. What's your favorite Persona 3? I never played Persona 3. All right. And then with that done, I finally was able to graduate, which I did today. Oh, goodness gracious. We woke up. We went to the graduation thing at 8 o'clock. I stood in line for about an hour because, of course, it got the good ending. Dude, I was dying. I was dying, man. It was awful. But we got in our little line. We waited there for an hour. They got to the stage. Bunch of people, they're like, you are a proud student, and you must feel amazing for your accomplishments. And then we walked on the stage. They gave us a little tube that's supposed to have your diploma in it. It's actually empty because they mail you your diploma. But, they gave you the tube. You took some pictures and stuff. And then they handed you a little piece of paper. It's some, like, crosswords and tic-tac-toe on it because God knows you're bored waiting for the other 3,000 kids to go, get their diploma, right? But it was done. And then after that, we went and got to the all-you-can-eat sushi buffet. Bro, it's empty? Yes, the tubes they hand you on the stage, they're empty. Dude, no. Imagine if your diploma was all bent up. That wouldn't be very fun. Like, imagine paying 4,000. Actually, hell no. A lot more than $4,000. Paying $4 billion for a diploma, and then you get it. It's like bent up. It's like, what? Yeah, so they just mail you the diploma. Goodness gracious. But yeah, we went to the all-you-can-eat sushi. I did indeed have salmon and sushi. Fun experience. And then we moved out of the apartment. And then I came home, took a nap, and then I streamed right here. And that's the last 4.5 years of my life. Isn't that wild? It's finished and Eric come. Goodness gracious. Ooh, Wilnat did come here from the beginning. Wilnat arrived a little bit before I moved to college. He saw, like, my first stream series I did was my Mario Galaxy stream series. And he came a little bit into it. I know I was collecting purple coins in the game, so it was at least after Bowser. But there we go. Goodness gracious. And all that time, 4.5 years of battle, hell, battle, super hell. We made it out. And I'm now officially graduated. I don't have to go back to the school. I don't have to go step foot on it ever again. Unless, of course, I go for a master's degree. But why would I do that? I'm not stupid. Oh. Or am I? I don't know. The reason I say that is the place I'm looking at trying to get a job. I know if you work there for like 5 years or something, they'll pay for like your master's in business, which is a valuable thing to get. But thankfully, business is a lot easier than engineering. You know why they call it business? Because it's busy work. You're not doing calculus the entire time. So yeah, business shouldn't be bad if I ever do go back for that. But not now, not now, not now. We're free for a while. The shackles are unleashed. For a little bit, we will be grinding. We'll be grinding YouTube, hopefully. I know my mom wants to do a YouTube channel. She wants to do a finance channel. I'll be helping her with that for a bit because she keeps harassing me about it. I will hopefully be able to make some more shorts, have some streams often. I haven't been streaming recently a ton because I've been, well, wrapping up school, my test and my capstone and all that stuff. And also, some of a little break. I was kind of stressed and stuff. I had a lot going on. So I don't even have all my stuff unpacked over here. So we're working on it. Been here since the first Chicken Burger SMP. It's little Naras that got addicted. They're fun. I need to make more little Naras. Ooh. You and Nikki your Lethal Company collab? Maybe. Things happen. Still gotta get the Galaxy Damages video out? Don't say that. I don't want to edit that. First thing is I gotta finish the Undertale game. Because I gotta finish that. That has been on my plate too long. I'm at the end too. I'm on phase 2. I just gotta grind, man. It is so long. It's so long. It was bigger than I expected it to take. But we're close. Woo. 2 hours of people never paying the quota? So true. Goodness gracious. Can you show us the progress? I don't have it on this computer. This is a different computer. The reason we're in Mario land is because I don't have all the assets on this computer. Have you seen Undertale Yellow? Of course. Goodness gracious. Woo! Oh, man. And there we go. We talked for like an hour and a half. I went through my entire year of college, my ups and downs. And here we are. To where we are. What are you doing for Christmas? I have no plans at all. I am done. I have no plans whatsoever. Paris plans to go for your house. Base, kind of crazy. I have plans to probably go to his house sometime. Ooh. Oh, man. Ooh, I can't believe it, though. Oh, man. Dude, we're free. So let's see. I mean, yesterday they had the Game Awards. I can go pull that up. We can talk about that. The Game Awards. Woo. You're getting a vending machine on the construction site? Imagine. Kind of crazy. All right. Game Awards. Let's go discuss this. I didn't do any Game Awards stuff yesterday because I was with my mother at my apartment. I don't want to watch it. I want to see the results. Winners. View winners. Ever seen Marvel Rivals? Yes. So Game of the Year. Astrobot. This was really surprising. I believed that FF7 was the best game this year. On a technical level, I believe it was. So let's go through everything. Astrobot, really cute game. I'm getting it for Christmas or my birthday, whatever I get it for. They're 2 days apart anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's basically like a little Mario Galaxy, little platformer. So it's a cute little thing. I didn't expect that to be the kind of game that would win. It's kind of wild. We have Balatro, which is an indie card game roguelike. Cool concept. I never played a thing. Most people are playing Black Myth. Black Myth actually sucked. From what I know, Black Myth was a pretty bad game. If you look at Metacritic, Black Myth actually has the lowest score out of all these games. It's not a good game from what I hear. Like, the people who actually played it and were, like, circling the monkey, it's apparently not that good of a game. We have Elden Ring DLC, which, is supposed to be good, but it's a DLC. I don't think a DLC belongs here. Elden Ring already won an award. If Elden Ring won 2 awards, that would be kind of weird. We have Rebirth. I already talked about that. I think on a technical level, Rebirth was the best game this year. In my opinion, Beautiful music, beautiful game, great gameplay, great story. But maybe sometimes being better on a technical level isn't what you need. Astrobot's definitely a lot more creative. I mean, Rebirth it's a sequel to Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's telling the same story of Final Fantasy VII. So I don't think a remake. Rebirth isn't a remake. It's a reimagining. It is not a remake. It is not a remake at all. If you think it's a remake, you didn't play the game. Well, it is very different. Ooh, yeah, I went to Texas A&M. Yep, well not. Ooh, and then we got Metaphor, which is basically a fantasy persona. Personas in Tokyo or Japan. Metaphor is in the bomb fictional fantasy area, you know? Exclusive shouldn't be eligible? Bro, that's funny. Because almost every exclusive is, almost every game of the year is exclusive. Because exclusives are usually the games with the big budgets. Because they're made by the actual studios rather than God knows who. Alright, would you be surprised if you compare cousins? He's half Mexican, and his dad's from, I shouldn't dox where his dad's from. But, we're not, we're not. Best game direction? This is the same award. This is the same award. What the hell? And not a surprise that it's the same. Ooh. How are exclusive not eligible? They are eligible. That's the thing. Ooh, they're just coping. Yep. Best game direction, same thing. Doesn't really. It's the same award. Game of the year, best game direction. This is the same thing. What do you mean? Anyways, best narrative. That makes sense. That's. I haven't played Metaphor yet. Again, another game I'm asking for Christmas. But that makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, I can see that. I know. I Like a Dragon is a goofy game, so I guess that kind of makes sense that it's not like the craziest story out there. This game is, I watched Punk Crow play it a bit. Not my thing. Ooh. We got Silent Hill, which, I watched a little bit of it. I just watched Bort, whack up some, weird mannequin-looking guys. Crazy game. Rebirth is a great story. It was really between Rebirth and Metaphor for this. Rebirth, great story, but, Metaphor might be a bit more creative, so, because, Rebirth is still, it's not the same as Final Fantasy VII, but it's following down the same footsteps, so obviously not as original, Let's see, best art direction. That makes sense. We have Astrobot, cute little cartoony little game, makes sense. Black Myth, realism. We got the, whatever the frick this is called, it's like the anime, but the fancy anime. Then we got indie game thrown in for representation. This is like the, if we only put AAA games here, it would be mean. So we're gonna throw in a random indie game to say, yep, we love indie games. It's not gonna win. The indie game never wins this, but it's there for moral support. That makes sense. Atlas is great at their art direction. The thing is, Atlas is amazing at their Atlas. They're one of the few companies that actually cook with the UI. The UI is beautiful. Best score music. This makes sense. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has probably the biggest soundtrack off of here. It's amazing. They have a theme for sitting on a bench that you use once. Amazing game. Astrobot, I mean, I'll be real. I haven't listened to music from any of the other games. I've heard the Astrobot main theme. It's kind of a bop. Astro bop. But I haven't heard any of these, so I won't go spiel about that. But Rebirth really deserved this. It makes sense. It's like how Xenoblade 3 should have won Best Score Music its year, but whatever. Nothing important. Best audio design. I mean, this is like sound effects and stuff. I don't really pay too much attention to that, so I know it's important. To be fair, if a game has bad audio design, you could tell. Like, sound designers, you're important. I just don't notice you as much. I'll be honest. I saw Flu Guy was back. Flu Guy was cooking. Best performance? These are just human people. I don't know who these are. Like, Final Fantasy VII, who are you? Are you Aerith? Are you Tifa? I don't know. Life is Strange? There was at least a woman there. I know there was a woman in there. Are you the protagonist? I don't know who these guys are. I don't know. Innovation and accessibility. No, I don't really know what these accessibility features are. Cool. Good job. Good job, I guess. Well, those actors, they're voice actors, but yeah. Good job, I guess. I don't actually know what we're really dealing with here, but you know, cool. Games for impact. So this is more of a pro-social meaning or message. Wow. Cool. I didn't play any of these, so I can't really say anything. You know, bit not my cup of tea. Best ongoing. Ooh, this was a controversial one. Oh man. For this, let's be real. It was between Fortnite and nothing else. Like, dude, we did not expect Fortnite to lose. This was crazy. Helldivers, great game. I enjoyed it when it came out. They stopped having updates. There just wasn't anything really important going on. Helldivers kind of threw. They really threw the ball. They lost most of their fan base. The game got like heavily review bombed. I don't know how Helldivers 2 won. It was good when it came out. It just fell off, you know? I'm really surprised at that process. Fortnite is a game that's constantly updated. Like, best ongoing game. Just weird. I should have won. It makes sense, right? I don't know. Whew. Talk about what they revealed. I mean, I don't have too much to say about that right now. Best community support. Okay. Cool, I guess. Baldur's Gate 3 still somehow getting awards today. Cool. I guess. I don't know. Best independent game, that makes sense. Balatro hit the indie community like crack hitting crack hitting me. No words for Elden Ring 2. I'll get to the little announcements a bit afterwards, but we're going through these first. Best debut indie game. Look, if you won best independent game, you're probably gonna win this too. Cause like this is literally just best indie game, but the easier version of it, you know? So, not a surprise. Balatro won that. Makes sense. I've seen a lot of it. I've seen several YouTubers play it. Best mobile game. No. Pokemon trading card game Pocket Lost. Holy cow. Kinda crazy. Oh my goodness gracious. We have a game made by Genshin people. We have game made against Genshin people. We have Pokemon trading card game. And we have an AFK simulator. Cool. Yeah, not a surprise Balatro one. Not really surprised. Best VR AR. I've never played any of these. Sorry. We'll just ignore that. Best action game. Really surprising it's a Wukong. I mean, it was going against Helldivers and like Stellar Blade, so I guess it makes sense. But surprised it was Wukong. Best action adventure. Yeah, it's pretty much Astro Bot, wasn't it? Look, I liked Echoes of Wisdom. It's not at the top of my Zelda tier list, so yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Best RPG. I mean, you know. Yeah, I mean, I didn't play Metaphor, so I can't really I can't comment on that. You know, it's probably good. It's probably good. Game was kind of ass. I have heard that if you don't like the woman, Stellar Blade has nothing for you. Yakuza 8 could have won. Probably not. Probably not. No. Ooh, Elden Ring DLC got nothing. Thank goodness. Like we shouldn't be giving DLC awards. We shouldn't be. Like, look, I know they like Elden Ring. Elden Ring is a good game. It's a decent game. We shouldn't be giving awards to DLC. That is DLC should have its own category. Best expansion or best DLC, not shoving it in every category. That's another game that didn't get nominated, you know? That's just a shame. Best fighting game. Multiverses sucked. It fell off really hard. I didn't play any of the others. I mean, I heard a lot about Dragon Ball, but Tekken is like the real one. Woo! Fun gameplay if you ignore the goon. Nobody's gonna ignore the goon. The goon's why you play it. Now, this is an interesting category because it says best family game, right? Mario Party is the only game here that's multiplayer. Like, these are all single player games. Now, this is like we have the baby squad. We have the little babies right here, and then we have like Godzilla on the side. Like this is almost mean. We put the game of the year. We put game of the year next to like Goo Goo Gaga. Like this is so unfair. This is usually the Nintendo award. It usually is, but Astronaut was like, what if we were PlayStation but Nintendo? You know. So, kind of crazy, but it is interesting. Jamboree is the only game you can actually play with the family here. A little odd, but you know, whatever. Like I said, it's Coughing Bomb versus Hydrogen Baby. Best sim/strategy. I didn't play any of these. But I don't know anything about these. I'm not gonna comment really. Best sports. Garbage, really. I'm gonna be honest. Best multiplayer. Now these are actual multiplayer games. I can kind of see it. If Helldivers beat Fortnite, you know, it's probably gonna win this. I mean, I would have picked Mario Party, but like I'm biased, so like not much I can really say. Ooh, best adaptation. Ooh, this is a surprise. Everybody thought it was gonna be Arcane, but you know why? You know why it wasn't Arcane? Authentically adapts. Dude, in order to watch Arcane, they have to be like, trust me, it's nothing like League of Legends. Oh, it's nothing like League of Legends. Yeah, it's not. It's nothing like League of Legends. It's nothing like League of Legends. That's why it lost. Oh, faithfully and authentically adapts. That's the key word. That's also why Knuckles lost. And these two, I don't think were very good. But, Arcane, amazing artistic. They put in a lot of effort into this, but like, it's a MOBA. It's a MOBA. It is not an accurate representation of the games. Fallout, for the most part, we got the Vault Dweller. We have Power Armor Guy. We got the Ghoul. We got Dogmeat. That's Fallout. That's it. Simple's that. Most anticipated game. Grand Theft Auto 6. Grand Theft Auto 6 is winning awards before Grand Theft Auto 6 came out. Nothing more needs to be said. For me, I'm really excited for Monster Hunter Wilds. I've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter World, so yeah. But you know, GTA 6 winning awards, not surprising. Not surprising. Content Creator of the Year. Look, I don't know. First off, I have no idea who these three guys in the middle are. No offense to them. I'm sure they're great guys. Everybody knew who Queso was. He's literally the biggest man here. Figuratively and literally. And then we have Usada Pecora. Hello there, Pecco. I thought it'd be funny if she won because, I mean, we got like Big Man, Mystery Man, Animate Rabbit Girl. I mean, I thought it would have been funny if she won, but like, you know, who cares what I think, you know? But look, if you thought Queso wasn't gonna win, like what do you expect? What did you expect? He was like, I voted Pecora because I thought it'd be funny if she won. I thought it'd be funny. Like, imagine if she did. Imagine the people in the would be like, who the frick is Pecora? I mean, first off, I think she speaks Japanese. I think she's not even an English VTuber. I think she's a Japanese VTuber, but she goes, Pecco. I think she does. I don't actually watch VTubers. Best esports, League of Legends. I'm gonna be honest, the competition here is not very strong, so yeah, I don't really care. Best esports athlete. I believe Faker's a League of Legends guy. I believe he won like a big tournament, so that makes sense. I think Ludwig was excited about that. I don't know. Best esports team. Cool, I guess. I don't really follow that. What? Why is Black Myth Wukong here? Hello there, Wukong. Hello there, monkey. Okay. Cool, I guess. Oh, then there's Player's Voice. Wait, Wukong won player's voice? Oh yeah, it did. It did win player's voice. Oh, that's really. See, the reason Wukong won player's voice is so player's voice is done by popular vote, right? And Wukong is really popular in China. For those who are unaware, Wukong is a Chinese like mythological story. It's like if we made a game about Bigfoot going on an adventure, right? Wukong's very important to. It's from a book called Journey to the West. Very influential book in like Chinese studies. It's like the Shakespeare of China. And China's got it's Goku. Yeah, both Goku, Luffy, and Fernape. They're all based on Wukong. Now, I mean, this isn't actually technically Wukong. The main character of this game is Wukong's son, but nonetheless, it's still it's Wukong, one of the most influential characters to Chinese literature ever written. So China loved him. China has 1 billion people. Did you know the United States has 300 million? Japan's got like 100 million. The UK has like 60 million. If you add those all up, we're still half of China. Yeah, so if China really likes the game, I mean, they're gonna win, you know. All right. Ooh, now Bort wants me to talk about the announcements. Goodness gracious. This is why gamers are only worth 10% of the vote. It makes sense. We have to understand, elections are very hard when the general population is kind of a doo-doo brain. Ooh. It's how Goku's son was called, Gohan, right? Yeah, so apparently the actual Wukong is supposed to be like really, really funny. And apparently in the game, the actual Wukong is still like a funny character. But you don't play as the actual Wukong, you play as his son, who is unfortunately not funny. He's serious, which is a little unfortunate because Wukong is supposed to be like a goofy character. All right. Let's see. Let's go pull up the trailers that Bort wants to talk about. That's okay. Boop. Boop. Let's go pull up trailers. Elden Ring Night Rain. First one. Boop. 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 Alright, how should I fit this? I really need another monitor for stuff like this. Is that fitting fine? Good enough. Good enough. Okay. We got Elden Ring Night Ring. So basically, this is an Elden Ring roguelike. And by Elden Ring roguelike, it's more of a love letter to the Soulsborne series. Oh, this is actually peak. This is peak. We'll watch a bit, then we can discuss. This is gonna be fun. So we got a bunch of like random Oh wait, no, this is the fire. So basically, it's also like there's a little thing. It directs you towards the center of the map, right? How do I? I'll explain at the end. I'll explain at the end. It's just cool. It's just cool. Battle Royale inspired. Inspired maybe, but that's not the way the game works. It's not a battle royale. There's no PvP. There is absolutely no PvP. This is ultimately a Elden Ring roguelike, which is really fun. It looks cool as hell. But I'll go into the details after we watch it. We got a cool ass bird. So the bird is like the battle bus apparently for the game. So you can't hear it, by the way. Oh, I don't have it very loud. It's really quiet. Oh, I'll raise the volume then. We got a big ass spider, you know. And the game's multiplayer. The whole big appeal of this is that it is 3-player multiplayer, which is really fun. You're clocking out? Don't worry, you stayed long enough. Thank you very much for coming. This is Elden Ring. It's not Elden Ring 2. It's not Elden Ring DLC. It's an Elden Ring roguelike. We got weird guy. We got another weird guy. Still can't hear it. It's not actually playing any volume. That's the issue. It's really quiet for some reason. It's just really quiet. We have the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 3.
I need your help.
We got, let's see. We got lava. Oh boy.
Stand tall.
I can hear it now? Yeah, because I had to raise it to max volume for you guys to hear. The trailer was just really quiet. We got the Nameless King, the secret super boss from Dark Souls 3. That's fun. It actually is, and he's really hard. We got some weirdo guy.
Back in the land of gold. I will swat
Oh man, this is a standalone game. It's not going to be full priced. It is a little mini game in between. It is not a full priced game. It is. They've already confirmed. It's thankfully there. It's supposed to be a cool little game you play with your friends, not a full Elden Ring experience. Heck, having to relive Nameless King, dude. I've already fought Nameless King twice.
Night Lord.
Oh, but we're gonna discuss just a little bit after the trailer. Elden Ring Night Rain. That's fun. This is fun. All right, that's that. Ooh, ahem. So basically, what that is that we got Elden Ring, and it is basically a little love letter to the whole Soulsborne series. So, it is essentially, I don't know if you guys know what muck is. It's essentially that. You're in a map that's partially randomly generated. You go around, you get loot, and then every in-game day, there will be a boss at the end of the day. Boss 1 won't be too hard. Boss 2 is a bit harder, and boss 3 is really hard. I assume Nameless King, who is a secret boss from Dark Souls 3, he's pretty hard. Not muck, bro. Dude, it's literally muck. If you played muck, you would be like, oh, it's literally muck. You go and get your loot across the map, and then bosses start spawning. Bro, it is literally muck. Muck was great. Muck was so fun. So, oh man. But yeah, you collect your loot, then you end up finding bosses at the end of the night. And you have 3 little goobers running around the map. Oh my goodness gracious. It's Dark Souls muck. I'm so excited. Oh man, that's so fun. That's so cool. And it seems like it's a love letter to the series, because we already have, it's confirmed. We have bosses from Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3 confirmed to be returning. There's likely going to be bosses from Elden Ring, at least. It's an Elden Ring game. It's set in it's Elden Ring. So, at the very least, we have Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, all confirmed. Likely Elden Ring. Maybe Demon Souls bosses? Who knows? The game has 8 playable, builds that you can play as. And one of them is confirmed to have Bloodborne movement. That's right. They confirmed one of the builds. Instead of having the Dark Souls Elden Ring dodge, it's got the Bloodborne dodge. So, maybe Bloodborne bosses too. Maybe Sekiro bosses as well. It's a love letter to the Soulsborne game. So it looks, if you like those kind of games, it should be really fun. Maybe Bloodborne bosses. They added Bloodborne movement. Why have Bloodborne movement but no Bloodborne boss? Would be weird. And basically, you have your little things, and you pick the final boss that you fight at the end of the night, and you basically try to get strong enough to fight him as fast as you can. That's so fun. That's so fun. That's so cool. I love it. And obviously 3-player multiplayer. Oh my goodness gracious. We would also secure a pairing. Then there we go. You can be the Dark Souls guy, the Sekiro guy, the Bloodborne guy, all in one game. Ooh. This may be the last From Software game before Sony buys them. I mean, even if Sony bought them, they would still have other stuff to do. But yeah, it's a fun concept. I'll just have to make sure all my friends buy it on the same platform. Ooh, goodness gracious, because that looks fun. Now let's go pull up another one of the little trailers. Pac-Man. Because they announced the Pac-Man game. Guys, don't you love Pac-Man? Pac-Man, our little glorious orb friend from Japan. That's right. Pac-Man. New Pac-Man game confirmed. Oh boy. Put an Armored Core class in? Imagine that. I wish it had crossplay. I don't know why it doesn't have crossplay. That's a weird decision. This is Pac-Man, like the Waka Waka. This is a Pac-Man game, I know. There he is. You have little Pac-Man following you. It's a Pac-Man Metroidvania. it's my reaction to this was I was like, Namco really doesn't know what they want Pac-Man to be. They really don't know what they want to do with the Pac-Man IP. Like Pac-Man is he's a popular character. Basically, everybody knows what Pac-Man is. But the question is like, what do you do with Pac-Man as a character? Like, what is he supposed to do? He's the Waka Waka guy that eats ghosts. Oh, that's me. I mean, Nara. He's the Waka Waka guy that eats ghosts. What the hell is he doing in a Metroidvania? What a strange... It's a Metroidvania. They put Pac-Man in there to appeal to the higher ups. Then like, we have a new shadowy Metroidvania. They're like, not good enough. What if we put in everybody's favorite Pac-Man? It's like, yes, Pac-Man, yes. That's pretty chill. And then Vor was asking about the last one. Last trailer to be shown. Beep boop. Beep boop. Beep boop. There we go. Alright. You're not helping me? Oh, I'm sorry. I know. It's too late. So we got the Okami sequel. So those of you unaware, Okami is a game that came around like the Wii, PlayStation era, where you played as a, well, technically a goddess. This wolf creature. And you paint stuff using your magic paintbrush. I don't know. I played like the beginning of Okami. I don't know all the lore. But it's a really popular series. There was technically a little sequel on the DS called Okami Den. I did play that, where you play as her son. But they finally have a new full official Okami game coming out, which is the actual sequel. So good for them. This wasn't a Wii game? It was. Okami, the original Okami was. This is the Okami 2. So good for them, I guess, right? And then that's that. That's like the big gaming announcements they had there. I'm sure there's some other smaller stuff I'm ignoring, but that's what I took note from when I saw the show. At least I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing, you know. So that's what I kept track of, right? Woo. So yeah, good for the Okami fans. There's technically now 3 Okami games, despite this being called Okami 2. Have a good night? I mean, I don't have to end quite yet. I mean, we've gone for 2 hours. We've done our little spiel. We've talked our talk. So, don't know what else we need right now. If it was big, then I'd care about it. True. But, yeah, I don't know if I have anything important to say right now. It's been a long stream. We'll probably go back to doing something normal later on in the future. Maybe we'll do a little doodle. Virtual Fighter and Turok, old games. Yee old man. Maybe we can do a little doodle. I was working on this beforehand, so is not super good, but you know. Doodle. Check the trailer I sent. I don't want to watch something though. You're sending the Yakuza thing? I can watch it afterwards. It's fine. Danera. What do you have for dinner today? I ate a frozen dinner. It was what was it? Fried chicken. Boy. Oh boy. Santanera. Oh boy. Santanera. Oh boy. That's an awful error. I'm gonna be honest. It's actually looking so scrumptious. I appreciate it. Ho. 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 Oh boy. Santa. Santa's coming to town. Leave out your milk. Cookies are optional. Oh, you guys can't even see the text. Bro. Ho, ho, ho. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's been so long. Hello. Welcome. Goodness gracious. Let's see. Nera walks with the Game Awards. One day, I will genetically create a Nera to receive my reward. My child. I am in the hospital. I need you to receive my award for me. So when's the Hack Awards? I'm not holding it this year. I didn't have enough time. I was busy. I gotta finish other stuff too. Beep boop. Ahem. Let's go. We get the little Nera though. It's got a little Santa outfit, kinda. I'm really just throwing this together. I'm really just extending stream because I miss you guys. Oh. Oh man. So they weren't afraid to talk about the layoffs and even made jokes about the ads. Good enough. Like, will you ever try Marvel Rivals? Maybe. I just need to get rid of my backlog and everything. I see you. What's up, PhilCube? Yo. I need to get rid of all my backlog and everything. And by backlog, I mean school. Now I don't have to worry about school anymore, which is kind of crazy. Isn't that wild? Imagine just being... I'm like a free spirit. Like, yeah. I need to work on jobs and stuff. But, free spirit, man. Not a paid spirit, though. Those are too expensive. All right, man. Free though. Freedom. I can't believe it though. Please play Apollo. I don't know. This looks awful. Damn, not that I care. The thing is the shoulders. You can see the shoulders are pointing down, not up. I would have to fix that. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not in the mood for a full-on art thing. I just want to do a little scrimble, limbo, little dudes. Ooh, time for a Minecraft. True. Yeah, we can easily do outfit going down. There we go. Merry Hacked Miss. Oh boy, my favorite holiday. When the Nera comes in the chimney and drinks your milk. Oh boy. My favorite holiday. I love it. Looks like she's in a kimono. Kimonos don't have giant belts on them. I mean, I guess it does if you ignore the belt. Oh. Goodness gracious. But I do have a new PC, though. We're permanently now at home. We can actually play good games now, which is great. Creaking revealed the creaking. I haven't seen the creaking actually in game yet. So, that is a job I gotta see the creaking. Oh, we kind of cooked. Oh, that's nice. Ooh, I love when you get the hacked at the best holiday. I love the hacked miss. Oh boy. Man. I'm not going to go too much detail, right? I don't know how I feel about this. I just filled in a soul, though. She now has a soul. I don't know how I feel about that. She's soulless now. I mean, I filled her with soul and wonder. No, she's not allowed to have soul and wonder. What? Not on my stream. How can we actually have hacked for the mods now? We can, yeah. We can actually play. We can stream Minecraft, the Minecraft servers. Crazy. Oh boy, I love the little scratches. My little scrimbly bimbos. Actually, not a bimbo. That's the wrong word. Blimbo. Oh goodness gracious. Can we? Yes. You have no idea who you are. You found this through Royal Melon's Discord server. Royal Melon. How do you know Royal Melon but not me? I'm literally in most of Royal Pear's long form videos. That's crazy. Warcraft stream? Kind of wild. You've been trying to get another YouTuber to play Tahu? Tihi? What if I told you I've played a Tahu game on stream? Toho? The Cerno game? Cherno? The Reimu game? What if I told you I've played it on stream before? Oh, goodness gracious, ages ago. I played the Gensokyo Skydrift, though. It was the racing game. I haven't played an official Toho game. But I know what they are. To ho ho! Merry Christmas! uh, I've seen too many people pronounce them differently. I don't know what the hell the official pronunciation is. And quite frankly, it doesn't matter. It's the Reimu game, the Cherno game, the Cerno. I don't know how it's spelled. I don't actually play the games. I played the racing game, and I was like, oh boy, I love the American little clown, and the little fairy creature. Love them. Oh boy. All right, man. I don't know if I want to do anything right now. Like, obviously, I could line art it, but that would take 15 minutes or so. And then obviously I can't color right now as well. My little friend. You'd be right back? I don't know how much more we're going to stream though, so. Oh gosh, guys, we're free! We're free! We graduated. We graduated, guys. We're free. I'm sitting here and contemplating it. Like we really finished school. And we're done permanently. Nara's not real. She's not your friend. She's not your friend. She's mine though. I know you're just jealous. You're now an adult. I've been an adult, at least legally. But I lived by myself. To be fair, I didn't pay taxes. To be fair, this will be my first year paying taxes because I didn't have a job beforehand. But bada booey. Goodness gracious. Or I think it's supposed to be the other way, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Little goober. You're an adult. I paid sales tax. Maybe that would. Oh, man. Well, I don't know if I have any more to say here right now. Let's do a little new thing. I don't want to... Tax fraud does not make you a kid? Also a fair assumption. I'm just putting together a little quick scribble. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Quick little scribble low. I don't know, man. I'm in the mood. I'm I sometimes I just gotta generate Nara. I am like an AI arts machine. Except I have ethics. I kill people because I want to. Oh. Yes. I destroy the ecosystem because I take pleasure in it. Yes. My little scribble, little creature. Alright, enough of that. Merry Christmas. Merry Hackmas. Haha. Haha. Hee hee. Haha. Hoo hoo. Well, I think I've wasted you guys' time enough. It's been 2 hours, so I've lost my voice. I yelled a lot. I talked a lot. I had my fun. I enjoyed my time here. So until then, adios, bro Chacho. He's dying. Well, I mean, we know that. I've been dying for a while. But, thank you guys all so much for coming over for as long as you did, bro Chanchos. Until we return again. Bada booey. HackedCrusade. Signing out. Until then, outro time. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Outro time. God, I can't believe our budget's so high. Beep boop, beep boop. Beep boop, boop, boop. Beep boop.